Are your headlines. Not a good idea. I wouldn't recommend it.
I wouldn't say so either.
Plus, you want to get arrested.
By the way, that is the way some people are saying the Starbucks idea. Not a good idea. I wouldn't do it. I kind of am intrigued by it.
Right. So Starbucks, the CEO there, Howard Schultz, decided that, and after placing a full ad in the New York Times and USA Today, saying, "Shall we overcome?" was a headline of that, and "Race Together" was hashtag there. He's offering his employees the chance to write, you know how they write your name on the cup?
Yeah.
To write this, hashtag Race Together, and give the employees there, nearly 200,000 workers, the opportunity to talk about race as they hand you your flat white.
Yeah, you know what? And he put out a video, and he says in the video, people say, "Howard, this is not a subject we should touch." He's right. He says there's a race problem in this country, and this is part of the video right there. But what he wants the baristas to do, the people who make your $5 coffee, he wants them to slide the coffee to you, the person to pick it up, say, "Race together." What does that mean? Then the barista is going to say, "Well, there's a race problem in this country, and we really need to do better," and stuff like that. If you're in the business of getting coffee to people quickly and effectively, is it really a good idea to engage in a long race relations conversation while 30 people are behind you waiting for their double latte?
Before someone's actually had a chance to get their caffeine in their system.
Okay, so having said that, let's say this. Let's say you do have time. I know a lot of people that spend all day in a Starbucks. They'll talk to people, work on their laptop. We see it. And that's been an attraction.
Right.
Let's say you do have time. Is it okay to talk with strangers? Hey, guys, they want us to talk about race. Is it okay to sit around with 6 or 7 people, if you do get your coffee and there's no line, and talk about race?
But how much pressure does it put on the employees there to then write it on the cup or not? If you don't write it on the cup and put hashtag Race Together, are you saying you don't want to talk about race? It's an interesting discussion.
Right.
Do you want
but
it
should
over
we
your
talk about it? I think it's a good idea. This is a guy trying to solve major problems. Like we have a water issue around the world. He's trying to do that. We have another issue with jobs. He tried to do a jobs program with bracelets.
He doesn't shy away from the big issues,
I think
is what you're saying.
I think it's a good approach.
Here's the question, though. Is the barista, the coffee maker, the person who can actually answer these questions? On hotair.com, I saw, you know, he wants to engage in questions, Howard Schultz does. They would like to ask him these questions. This is just, there's a bunch of them, but say the person says, okay, let's talk about it. Why are incarceration rates for black men without a high school diploma 2 to 3 times higher than they are for whites with a similar educational background? The barista's going to answer that?
Well,
sometimes.
Look,
sometimes.
You're assuming, too, that all these discussions go well, and we know that sometimes they don't.
No,
so does this, in fact, put the barista in a position of having a fiery debate with someone who is not caffeinated yet?
We know we have some of the best conversations in the breaks. Am I right, guys? With the crew about the issues of the day. So if people can just relax a little bit and talk about things without getting their back up, maybe you need the format in a Starbucks. Go, hey, they want us to talk about it. It's a Saturday afternoon. My kid doesn't have to play ice hockey.
Well, if there's only one guy there, maybe. But if there are 30 people waiting for the coffee, you got to go fast. After he put out this message, the internet exploded, and there were all sorts of tweets out there.
So did our teleprompter explode, by the way.
Cameron Gray said this: "Let's all hashtag race together to Dunkin' Donuts for coffee." Sorry, Starbucks, I don't want to pay $5 for a lecture on race.
But it doesn't have to be a lecture, it could be a forum. Amina says this: what I want to do, eat pizza, pay off my debt, hang out with Rihanna, talk about race at Starbucks.
Yeah, that was number 886 on her list. You have been writing us about this all morning long. Jennifer on Facebook writes this: "Can we just get a cup of coffee without drama?"
But listen,
with you.
But I mean, I like this. So I like a here's where Catherine Russo says this: "I don't want to discuss our race relations with the person I do not know, serving my coffee while I'm rushing out and going to make a living."
Okay, I should point out we do get Starbucks coffee here because the Starbucks is
Did they write
closest.
on our cup?
I wrote on my cup. I don't know if you can zoom in to see the message that I have today for Starbucks, and it says simply,
hashtag shut up and pour.
Thank you.
Oh. Well, I say thank you for the tea and coffee. You know, I just think it could put them in an interesting position, which might not always turn out well.
I salute Howard Schultz. He's trying to make a difference while still making a lot of money off us.
I give him credit for stirring up the conversation with the morning brew.
Bring it back to this. We could talk about the Jeffersons and All in the Family and who made fun of race relations. I like those days.
Caffeine first, then talk.
Do you think it's a good idea or a bad idea? Email us, friends@foxnews.com.